Hello, War here, and welcome to episode 10 of my beginner guide. And today I'm actually about to trade a better armor. I just found this armor and didn't have the code to start the recording for now, but I'm just trading for armor which are one level over me. And these are really nice armor, so I quite like this one. And I really need those fire and cold resist, so I need to level up one level to be able to use it, and it only cost me 1 chaos. But I went for this armor because, well, it was cheap. And now I just hope I can 4-link it at least. So I don't have many currency for this. Well, of course not. Of course not. Yeah, it's gonna be one like that, but I don't really care because I really need a better armor. But first, we are going to continue. We need to level up to be able to use it. I'm also going to have some better weapons, and I'm going to try to do it in this video. And I need to hurry up a little bit, because the league with abuses like these ones are ending quite soon. Do I gonna be able to finish this guy in time? Well, I don't know. And if I don't have enough time to finish it in time, this guide will still continue till I'm done with it. And my goal is, as I said in the last video, to defeat Atziri. But we have to be able to do that, we need some better gear. And especially some better weapons. They are quite weak, the weapons I'm using right now. And I know one weapon I've talked about so many times, and I should really maybe get one soon. That's a unique weapon which are good for leveling. Let's level up our gems a little bit. And by the way, I'm in the ossuary right now, so as you know where I am. And I'm gonna make my way and get a particular staff, an item we need to be able to fight Kitava, which is the last boss of the game, and actually the last boss of the... well, I'm not gonna spoil it, you're gonna see it yourself. But in that fight I'm definitely gonna use the new armor I just got. So I was actually looking for a 5-linked armor, but the 5-linked armor in level 44 are a little bit too expensive for me to want to trade one. And well, you can always get lucky and have them drop for you. That is always a chance, but it's a little bit of a rare event, and especially in low level. And when you go up to higher level... I'm sorry, I just got a phone call right here. People don't know I'm recording, but I have not told them, so yeah. And I'm gonna be away later, so I'm a little bit in a hurry. Away and do some things. No traces. Oh, that's a quite nice donation code. Oh yeah, actually just remember, I do have that little bit rare donation code. I've completely forgot. I could actually sell that one and get some good amount of currency for that, probably. Maybe a couple of chaos. So now I remember that I could probably use that to actually trade for a decent 5-linked armor. But I'm actually gonna save that and use it later when I can get a even better, even more, what I'm trying to say, even better 5-linked armor. Or maybe, just maybe, a crappy 6-linked armor. For the mods I always want when I go for armor, or life and resistance, is the most important one, at least for me. Because you want to have your defensive. And you want always want as high life as possible and the resistance you need. And if you look at my resistance right now, you can see my cold resist are not that great. You can see it goes down now because my endurance charge has expired. And that's not a good thing. Let's see now. This armor, I don't know what I have here. I have put away some items here in my stash, and I did that off camera before. You probably don't want to see me doing that boring stuff. But I definitely, as I said before, need some better weapons. And I'm gonna try to get some better weapons with the currency I have as soon as I'm getting closer to Kitava. Now, I need one level before I fight the final boss, because I don't want the same thing as happened in the last boss fight. But Anyway, the last boss fight is one of the harder boss in the game. And ooh, we have Tora here. This is some extra experience in here. So let's go down to the festering lair. Actually, I'm gonna close my door, actually. So I'm not getting disturbed if someone wants to come in here and in our house. Let's get rid of these enemies in here. This is a quite easy mission. And it gave me some experience, which are a really nice thing. So let's go back up and let's talk to Tora and let's continue. I'll make my way to the cathedral. Should be at this way. And I should stop killing everything in my path, but it's, as I said before, it's hard for me to not do that because it's fun. By the way, as I said in the last video, and last video again, the update to Path of Exile will be coming quite soon, and they're going to do some substantial changes to the Ascendancy skill tree, which I much look forward to, and it's going to be interesting how they will change the skill tree. And I hope they change the skill tree a little bit, because it's always fun to find some new ways when with your old builds and stuff like that. It may affect these characters, so we will see what's happening. But now we are at the cathedral rooftop. And we are almost at our level, so we can get a little bit more powerful. I could probably use this weapon actually against the boss. I just need a little bit more life. Let's just say like that. But one interesting thing is going to happen when we defeat this boss. Actually, I'm gonna show it when it actually happens. Some interesting things will happen that you need to know about if you are new to the game. Let's get rid of these enemies. And we're doing quite good damage against small enemies like that, but I want some even better. Look what just dropped right here. When we talk about 5-linked items, here we have a Morning Star. A 5-linked two-handed weapons. Actually, I gotta take that away. It actually did drop a 5-linked weapon for me. And I just talked about before how they are not that very common. Unfortunately, it is a two-handed 5-linked weapon. If it was armor, preferably an armor, it would be actually something I could use, but I can't use that two-handed weapon with this build because, actually I could technically, but it will not be that very effective, and a lot of things in my skill tree will not work on it because one, it's not a sword, it's a mace. And two, I have taken a lot of one-handed damage and dual wielding, and a lot of dual wielding damage, and that will not apply. And we got ourselves on level. And I'm going to equip, let's get rid of these enemies here. I'm going to equip this new armor here. Oh, I just realized something, I don't have enough strength. But we can fix that, so I'm gonna take this temporary strength node here to get the strength we need. And now we are clad on our shiny new armor. And we should be a lot more tanky now, because we have better protection against physical damage, and we have more life. And we also have, as you can see, better resistance. Well, a little bit better. Which is always nice. Let's upgrade our gems there. And actually, I'm not gonna go for a new weapon yet. I'm gonna defeat Kitava with this. Let's do it. Just going to remember to not use Ancestral Call against the boss, because I want as high damage as I can get. And I don't really need a very good AoE clear as I have right now when I'm using Ancestral Call against a boss. And here we have the boss, so I'm going to use meme support. It sounds so wrong when you say it that way. Let's put meme support there, and you can see my damage is almost 4,800, almost 5,000. And with this one, it's 5,500. So Kitava, bring it on. And here we are, Kitava. We're going to fight a god. a very, 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 very evil god. And you need that item to be able to do it. And that hurt a lot, but it didn't kill me. So that attack, you can see how to move away from it. Just go to the side. And this item will starting to burn away at him. And every time I do it, he comes up more ugly than before. My totem, come for me! You don't want to stand in that because you're doing damage all the time. And that is an attack that hurts. And when you're doing that on the ground, move away. Ouch. Actually, I can't take a hit like that. And when he's doing that attack, you can see how to move away from that. And now we have a chance to attack his heart. And his heart have a shit ton of, well, protection, life, whatever it is. I don't do that much damage to his heart. But I'm going to attack away. And I have almost 5,000 life now. Come here, my totem. Attack him. The damage over time, I don't want to stand in that. And when you're doing that, move away because that hurts. I think I blocked that. And we have another shot at his heart. Heart is actually more dangerous than it looks like because he's summoning those... Oh, someone wants to train me. Actually, I asked that guy before for 5-linked armor and he didn't respond. That this is like 15 minutes later, so... no, I don't need that anymore. You missed your attack. Ouch, that attack hit. And you're doing that, I don't want to stand in that. Ouch. Ouch. As long as I don't getting killed. Oh well, now you're going to see him. Actually, I think we already beaten the boss. Or beaten maybe is the wrong word. You have to see it for yourself and see what's happening. That is how Kitava actually looks like. He destroyed our holy symbol. And here you can see something very important. You can see there that Sin took us up and fly away with us. We can't defeat him anymore because, well. But here you can see, you have been permanently weakened by Kitava's cruel affliction. You now have 30% less to all resistance and 50% increased soul cost of all skills. So all skills you need to kill more to use, and you have 30% less to all resistance, even chaos. So resistance getting less and less, getting less power. You have less resistance. So you can see now, my resistance in cold is absolutely horrible. My cold resistance is absolutely horrible. And my actually, yes, it's my cold resistance. And my lightning resist is horrible as well. The only thing that is decent on my fire resist, and that is barely decent. So I need to watch out for elemental damage now, and we are definitely, for now, we are sailing back to Rayclost, and now we are at Act 6. And we are definitely gonna need some resistance now, and it's very important to get. And I'm thinking about trying to get it on the boots or the gloves. Actually, the gloves is probably the best way, because you can see they have 10% fire resistance, that's all. So let's see if we can find a pair of resistance gloves. And by the way, here's how I found that armor I traded for, and it was this one. Well, actually, it was this one. But we are not going to search for armor now, and I want some life still, and I want some cold resist, and I want some lightning resist. And lightning resist is very important. Where do we have lightning resist? Yeah, we have lightning resist, and 50 life, it's good enough. And 25 in lightning resist. I don't care what type of armor it has. And I want to be gloves. So let's search for this. That is way too expensive. Actually, let's drop the life, because right now resistance is more important. So let's increase the resistance to 30 and search for it. That is still way too expensive. So we have to drop it down to 25 instead and see if we got any luck. We are starting getting to a reasonable level, but that is still way too expensive. So I think we again have to drop the resistance to be able to cope with that. It's still too expensive. Well, let's just do like this. Our cold resist are the worst one. So let's have 30 cold resist and some life on the gloves. And don't care about anything else. Let's see if we get some more luck. And I want at least 50 life and some good cold resist. And we have these gloves. And that is a price I am willing to pay. Because that is very cheap. And they have some nice life and really good cold resist. And I really want cold resist. So let's see if these guys want to trade for an alchemy, because you can see I have an alchemy right there. So let's see if this guy will answer. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that. So let's take a look at some boots then. Boots usually getting more expensive when you have movement speed on them. So I'm not going to search for movement speed. I'm just going to see if I can find a pair of good defensive boots without movement speed, because I should make them more inexpensive. And I don't care what type of defense they have on them. I just want some life and resistance, especially resistance. So cold resist and lightning resist are the things I want. So let's take lightning resist here and let's have at least that amount. And let's search. And that is a cheap pair of boots we have right there. And I have no problem with the dexterity variant, so that will be a really good boots right there. So let's see if this guy will answer. And he only wants 2 alchemy orbs. And we have 1, so I'm going to substitute. Actually, we do not have... Actually, I just realized something. Just gonna write a sec to him. I actually gonna go and get an alchemy orb right now, because I can actually buy one to make things a little bit less complicated for him. So I'm going to buy myself an orb of alchemy. It just cost me an orb of regret, and I don't need an orb of regret right now. So let's visit his hideout and get a pair of good boots. So now we are getting somewhere, and actually he has been really kind to actually have a movement speed mod on those boots. So we actually get some movement speed, which we didn't have on the old boots. As you can see, 12% movement speed. And lightning resist, really good cold resist, some dexterity, and a good amount of life. So this is a really good pair of boots. So let's do that. We can't use Hell of Ash and Astral Protector, but they're not that very important. So let's see. I need my Hell of Ash for my damage. So and I'm going to sell this old, the old crap I'm running around with. Hello Basil, and by the way, you can probably see we are back in Act 1, but now things are different. And here we have our 5-link weapon, which I can't really use, if I can be honest. So that's that. But now we are a little bit more powerful, and our resistance is not as bad anymore. The area we are going to right now, we're going to have a lot of fire resist, just so everyone know that. And a pair of gloves with fire resist would actually be good enough, because they have such a low see now, gloves, they have such a low life roll anyway. So let's see if we can get a pair of gloves with some armor on and some fire resist, because fire resist is going to be quite important in the area to come. So let's see if we can find something like this. I can actually afford these mail gloves here. And 1 chaos for that. I'm actually okay with that, because all the other mods are quite good. The attack speed is good, the accuracy is definitely good. So I'm quite up for that item, and I do have a chaos orb. So let's hope this guy answers, but instead of just standing here and wait, let's go out here in the world and do stuff. And see what we can do. But we actually have some movement speed now, so that's quite nice. And he actually answered. And here is why fire resist is a good idea. So let's go to this guy's hideout. I'm sorry if this video haven't been that very interesting yet, because I'm mostly just doing a ton of trading and try to find some good items. Oh, he wants no, it says one chaos. So maybe he doesn't go to trade that one because oh, he actually did. Thank you. Such a nice one. Those, if I can be completely honest, those gloves I bought right there is quite nice, so I'm definitely liking these ones. Unfortunately, I need to take away some gems right now, but those gloves, man, it's really good actually. So I can't level up these gems anymore, but it can't help. I could always level up them later. So let's continue into the coast, and I'm gonna continue to defeating the first like boss, real boss. And again, I'm definitely gonna need some damage soon, because I'm doing quite poor damage. But I will fix that. Alright, I just forget something. I should definitely... Look at there, we got another chaos. And I should definitely sell that expensive donation card I have to get either good, as I said before, probably a good pair of weapons, which might be helpful. Or just level up a little bit more and get a good armor instead. The armor I got is quite nice, but I want an even better one. And now you can, as I said before, you can see that the enemies do, well, have a lot of fire damage. But we have some quite good fire resist right now, so we can actually take quite a bit of that fire damage. And actually, our resistance right now, fire is maxed out, which are very helpful in this area, because there are so much fire damage right here. So I think actually I'm gonna cut here and get to the next area, so don't have to wait and see me slowly getting there. And here we are at the mud flats, and on the mud flats we are going to need to find a unique enemy which will drop a key that we need. So we are needing to get that. So again, we're gonna cut here, and I'm going to show when I find a unique enemy that drops that key. Oh, here we actually have the unique enemy. I think I was one second afraid that I actually accidentally killed her already. Dishonored Queen. So this enemy is not that very dangerous, just don't stand in that lava. And it drops the Eye of Conquest, which are a key to the mud flats, which are a little bit different, or actually to the Karui Fortress, which actually don't look like a fortress. I don't really know what making this to a fortress, but who am I gonna judge this one, so I'm just gonna keep quiet. Oh, portal scroll. And here we actually have another god that we're gonna defeat. Colossal Life Flask, that's not better than the ones I have. I'm looking for a Hollowed Life Flask. And as I said before, I think I'm gonna end the episode here. And again, sorry if there haven't been that much gameplay, more of exercising trading and find the right item. But anyway, I'm not gonna use Ancestral Call against this. I'm gonna use Maim Support so I can do some extra damage to the boss. Let me teach you the law of war. Yeah, bring it on. And by the way, don't stand in that giant fire beam, but you can probably guess that. This boss is quite mechanic. It is moving around, don't get hit by that fire beam. Just mash at him and move away when he... Every time you see something on the ground, that's why you have your walling blades for. This is a lot easier boss than like Kitava we fought before. If you have good fire resist, this boss is not that very hard. So just keep that in mind when you're gonna fight this boss. Good fire resist. Don't want to stand that explosion. And now when we destroy this shield, as you did right there, the fight is pretty much over. Like, this is a very easy boss. And we might getting some good items here. This helmet here have some promises. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take it with me. Identify scrolls. Let's identify this helmet. And it's crap. It have no life and no resistance. And now we get our first Pantheon power. There is no reason not to take one, so I'm going to take that one. We are not stationary that often, but well, it's always better than nothing. And I just forgot to equip our main AoE damage. And by the way, those things that's falling down there are apparently doing ice damage because I'm getting freezed. But the fire damage in these areas is way worse than the ice damage, so it's not that dangerous actually. Let's do that and let's continue to the prison. And there is where we're going to find our waypoint, which we need. And then we are going to end the episode. I'm gonna go away soon because I'm a little bit in a hurry. But first we need to get through the ridge. Actually, yeah, well, let's go to see if we can, if I have enough time to go to the ridge. So let's hurry up. Actually, if I can be honest, this area I actually quite like because it looks nice. And by the way, here we have the Dark Soul reference, which is that the skeletal, the bone wheel skeleton. If you have ever played Dark Soul, you probably know what those fellows are for something and how bloody annoying they are. Actually, they're a little bit dangerous here in Path as well because of that charge, but they're so much worse in Dark Soul. Like, I can't begin to describe it. If you're searching for bone wheel skeleton on YouTube, you can probably find some good videos where people getting like stun locked to death and stuff like that by them. So they are very nasty if you're playing Dark Soul. But we're not playing Dark Soul, so let's take the critical damage. Actually, no, let's take that a little bit later. Let's go for these two first. Aspect of the Links and Weapon or Sorcery. I've probably said that terribly wrong, but who cares? Pronunciation is not everything, alright? Well, for some people it are. And I went the wrong way. Let's activate our Silver Flask and get this way instead. I could probably just cut here, but it's not a... This area is not that very big, so I'm getting there eventually. Here we have the unique bone wheel skeleton, and I probably don't need to say what type of damage you do. Doing lightning damage. And doing a little bit of damage, but not that bad. Actually, do you guys want to know what type of torture it is to actually put people on those wheels? You can see the wheel. Actually, I'm gonna show it. It's a pretty gruesome thing from our history. It's not. I'm not gonna show any picture. I'm just going to tell you what those wheels actually were used to and why those skeletons are strapped to those wheels. Because I actually happens to know why, and it's not pretty. But let's get to the prison here. And let's kill these guys. Actually, these are quite good farming area if you want to farm some level before continuing, which are quite good idea actually. So if you want to be more prepared for the challenge to come, farming this area might be a good idea. See if that helmet are better than the crap I find before. So let's take that with us, and let's... Man, this area was actually a little bit bigger than I actually remember. Ah, here we go. Now we're in the right place, where there are a lot of bone skeleton wool. But the fast answer for this one, you can see people are strapped on these wheels here. That was actually a type of afterlife torture in real life. Well, afterlife doesn't exist in reality, but when they executed criminals back in the day, they chopped up their bodies and put them on wheels like this for the birds to eat the remains. That is not a pleasant thought. Actually, the one that come up with that was a horrible person that did that in real life to people. It's just horrible just to think about it. And luckily that doesn't do that nowadays. But anyway, I need to hurry up a little bit now. So first I'm going to sell these crappy gloves. I had way too much time. And I don't have any identify scrolls, since we really should pick up some of them. But you saw we killed that boss before. And we get a reward for doing that, which are a book of skills. Every time you kill one of those god bosses, you will get a book of skill. So now we're actually going to take weapon sorcery, which will give us block chance, 2 additional block chance when dual wielding, increase attack physical damage, increase attack speed and strength and dexterity, which is always helpful. And that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you guys liked this episode, even if it was a little bit weirder than the ones before. More of a exercise in trading and trying to find some good items and find people. But anyway, I hope you guys like it, and I see you guys soon.